How has MIDI affected what you do? I mean, a lot of us, when we came up in church in the old days, it was the B3 and the piano. That was it.
Shoot, it's the
But
bail me
how has
out.
MIDI affected and changed the way you approach what you do and how you do it?
It bailed me out. Like, how am I gonna play all these parts at one time? Cool, separate it, man. And you know what's funny? I didn't really learn, and this taught me a very valuable lesson. When you go buy a keyboard for $2,000, especially us black folk, read the manual. You'd be surprised some of the stuff you can do. Be like a Triton if you just read the manual. You know, man, when I played with Shaka, before I played with Shaka, there was a guy named Andy that played with Shaka. You know, and I've been actually checking out Andy for years, you know, and it always baffled me how Andy would play, you know, all these patches on an A90. That's all he had. It's like, how you doing this with an A90? Man, he had that joker split so many different ways. How you do that? You know what I'm saying? You know, and then you know, he had it split so many different ways, and he, you know, MIDI this out of this, MIDI this out of this, out of this. Hold on. And then while he doing all that, he playing trumpet lines. How you doing? You know, I mean, you know what I'm saying? You know, and that's when I was like, okay, you know, MIDI is not the enemy. Is my friend. And plus, you know, with sequencing and this, that, and the other, you know, you gotta have it. You know, you gotta have it. And I studied a lot of MIDI in high school, so it didn't really, it didn't really hinder me at all. You know, that was one of my things in high school.
Now, when you guys perform, do you use like an MPC or do you use backing tracks? How do you how you do your show? Tell me, how do you handle?
I can never tell.
Secret.
I can never tell.
You have to kill me before you get that out of me.
You ain't finna get me fired or show me that, doctor. No, sir. I can never tell.
You ain't gonna get me. Oh, okay. No, I understand. Hey, everybody has their way of doing things.
Oh yeah. Now I say this though. We've used it all. Pro Tools, iPod, 1680, MPC. We've used it all.
Yeah, I tell you, that 1680, man, that used to be the trooper. Everybody used to do their backing tracks on a 1680 carry. I think that's what really made that machine as popular as it was. It wasn't so much people using them in their studios. People were doing their backing tracks and carrying that box around with them on their shows.
The first time I saw anybody use it was Joe Wilson.
Joe Wilson, exactly. SOP.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. You know, you just gonna mortify us like that, huh? With the 1680, cool. 1680 and two Tritons, cool.
And two Tritons.
That's Joe, man. That's another beast.
Oh yeah, man. Joe is just unbelievable.
Yikes.
Yeah, that's. Let me see what we got here. How is it to work with Kurt? How is it work? How is it working with Kurt? Because a lot of times, when you're a musician and the person that you're working for is a musician, a lot of times, like when you look on the secular side, you have artists and you have their musicians. But we know in gospel, most artists are musicians.
Like Kirk is actually a musician. A pretty good one. Actually, he played a lot on the God's Property record.
Oh yeah, he actually played a lot of the parts on there.
Yeah, he played a lot of the piano.
A lot of the piano.
Kirk, he's like I say, great musician, great songwriter. I don't let him play piano no more though. I don't let him play piano anymore. But I mean, it's totally cool. Just from a production. Like I say, for me, piano's just a delicate instrument, and there's certain things I try to pull out of it. But man, shoot, Kirk is a great person to work with, and he's one of those people he'll push you to. You know what I'm saying? Because that's one thing about it. Like being in the chair that I sit in when we're working together, I do try to hold back. Nah, man, do some more, do this, try, go ahead, do more. And I'm like, well, look here, Doc. I'll only go so far. I'm the co-producer. Might touch your neighbor. Touch your neighbor and tell him.
Co-producer.
Oh, kind of like a co-pilot. But no, it's totally cool. But I end up, like I said, it's a lot of fun. We never agree on anything though.
But at the end of the day, y'all make it work. You make it happen.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It's hard for us to agree on stuff. I say that. But man, I'm telling you, when he's feeling it, like when he's feeling a song, and it ain't nothing for him to feel a song at 3:30 in the morning and call me and be like, "Hey man, I'm writing this song." In the back of my mind, I'm saying, I'm glad I ain't sinning. I'm glad I didn't go over girl house. But yeah, he called me up and tell me he's writing a song and this, that, and the other. Listen to this. Man, like he did me like that with Imagine Me.
Mm-hmm. He just called you up in the
4 o'clock in the morning, I was like, yo, that's great. Holler back at me at 11. The man got in there and cut that tune, and it was beautiful.
It just came together like that. Like that.
It did. It really did.
Man, that's incredible. Man. Question, what is it? Tell us some things you could tell up-and-coming musicians that want to be an MD. What are things that makes a good MD?
Patience. People skills. People skills make a great MD.
Knowing how to
deal with people, because if you're a music director, at the end of the day, it's kind of like saying, like in the corporate world, you're a manager, or you're a supervisor. I guess kind of like both. So your people skills, how you relate to people, how you talk to people, that's very, very important. Being organized, that's really only like about 40% of it though, because I'm not the most organized person in the world either. But knowing how to take care of business too, knowing how to take care of business. Those things, because the music is 10%. You gonna come up with licks and arrangements. You're gonna do that in your sleep. You know what I'm saying? Rather than do this, we should do this. That's fine. But but from the business aspect of it, that's what makes people want to or want not to deal with you. The business aspect of it. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So.
What do you feel about as far as where gospel music is going? I mean, when we look at Kurt's projects, they're very progressive. A lot of times you'll take a sample from like a secular album and change it up. Like this new, This Is It. Mm-hmm. That's originally from, what song
Kenny
is
Loggins.
that from?
Kenny Loggins and Michael McDonald, called This Is It.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And where'd that idea come from?
Kirk eating cereal or something. I don't know, man. He like the other tune, Looking For You. His clowns walking around in like the apartment store and they were playing, and he was like, "Oh man, I forgot about that song." And he calls me up, wants to cut it.
Rushing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Haven't you heard? But it works. It works. Really and truly, it's gospel music is more, and this kind of goes back along the lines of what I was saying earlier about the unknown writers, because gospel music, the beat is important because the beat has to be catchy, or the music has to be professionally done. It don't matter what it is, it just has to be just done to a point that is professional. But the thing that makes gospel music different from the secular is the words that you write and the truth that lies within it. And that's the thing, to me, that's the one thing that I don't think we get to. Like Kirk's records have a certain level of transparency to them. And I almost think that's why they work. You know what I'm saying? It's funny because, we like to know folks' business. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
But at the same token, in the grand scheme of knowing somebody's business, knowing what they went through, you kind of start to relate. Oh, wait a minute, I've been through that too. You know what I'm saying? Oh, what my mama said, and hear from my daddy did. I want to live, and I read the page again. Well, that's somebody else's thing too. Then you get to the vamp, and it's like just gone, all gone, gone. Those lyrics from Imagine Me, like those to me, those lyrics, like I say, to me, that's what makes it important, and that's one of the things that I'm always missing in gospel music. It's like you can do the R&B beats and this, that, and the other. That's fine. Well, you shouldn't do that because those songs remind you of the world. Yeah, so does driving down the street looking at the girls on the corner. I mean, you know what I'm saying? The world is you live in the world.
You live in the
You know
world.
what I'm saying?
You can't get away.
You can't get away from it. But it's like at the same token, the thing that sets R&B aside from gospel is the lyrical content. You know what I'm saying? And in gospel, you got to write some stuff that you sure enough believe in. And you have to sure enough know what you're talking about. Because those that write the secular songs, they believe in what they're talking about, and you know it. You know what I'm saying?
It's felt through the song.
There's a certain level of conviction that's felt, whether the person that's singing it wrote it or not. Mm-hmm. But whoever put the pen to the paper, whoever put the rubber to the road, they automatically felt a certain type of conviction when they wrote that song. And that's the one thing I wish gospel will get back to. I'm telling you, people think it's about the beats. No, it's not about the beats. It's not about none of that kind of stuff. The one thing that makes gospel music is the lyrics. Just like, and I know I'm running on and on with this answer, but there's a writer, and I think it's Mike McKay. I think it's V. Michael McKay. V. Michael McKay writes some of the greatest songs I've ever heard. V. Michael McKay wrote a song called "Oh Jesus," and the whole song is "Oh Jesus." That's it. Oh Jesus. And it's like, oh Jesus. Gotcha. You know what I'm saying? Because then you start to remember what you're doing in the first place. You know what I'm saying? You kind of start remembering what your purpose is in the first place. And I'm all down for that. I hear so many gospel songs.
Basic as the song is, it conveys a message.
It conveys that message. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I hear so many songs people want to do, this and that. And it's, the lyrical content is always whack. So it's like, all right, so that's something I always check for now. What are your lyrics saying? Because the beat can do anything.
Now, how much time do you guys spend? Because a lot of things, when you listen to the Hero album, the arrangements, some of the progressions, it's like you guys have captured things like even certain stuff, some of the introduction almost sound like a Broadway introduction. Then it's like you've just captured so many different. How much time did it take really to put that album together with so many different flavors on it, every song?
Actually, not long.
It just flowed.
It just kind of flowed out. I mean, we do everything pretty much in sections. So we'll do, Terry and I think who was playing bass, whichever one was playing bass, Terry and bass player, and Doc, myself, and oil player. We'll do the band stuff. I'll do the sequence stuff, and call them in as I need them. Then we'll do the horn session, we'll do the string session. Then I might go back and do some coloring. You know what I'm saying? Little bells here, or mini moves here, or this, that, and the other. But it really kind of doesn't take. It's just according to the schedule. But yeah, once we rocking and rolling, it's like clockwork.